Brain injury cases are unique for several reasons. The first is, unlike a broken arm or an internal injury, it's very difficult sometimes to show on objective medical evidence a brain injury. Sometimes it can be evident. So if you have a hematoma or a brain bleed or something like that, then sure, that will show up on an MRI. But the majority of brain injury cases, mild, moderate brain injury cases, don't show up on MRI scans. So you're sort of left with someone who was involved in a car accident or whatever accident, who's acting differently, who might be having memory problems or other types of cognitive difficulties. And there's no MRI that you can show up and say, see right here, see this dot, that's where the problem is arising. So the way that medical doctors diagnose a brain injury is they have the individual undergo a diagnostic testing. So you have to undergo this whole series of tests to objectively determine whether or not there's a delay in processing speed, whether or not there's a delay in memory, and things of that nature. Now, sometimes brain injury cases are, the effects are mild, and maybe the person has some mild memory problems, and it doesn't really interfere with their life on a day-to-day basis. But sometimes someone might have cognitive difficulties that are severely impacting their ability to live. You can have memory, or the person might be more easily agitated, or difficulty with concentration, which, depending on what type of job you're doing, can either be not a big deal at all or a huge deal, resulting in needing to find a new line of work. So when you suspect that you may have a case involving a traumatic brain injury, it's important to hire an attorney that has extensive experience in that area, someone who's knowledgeable with the tests and the protocols that are done to diagnose the condition, and someone who's familiar with the doctors in the field, because it's a pretty small field of neuropsychologists that diagnose and treat traumatic brain injuries. So if you suspect that that's what's going on, it's important to contact an attorney, knowledgeable attorney with traumatic brain injuries right away.